You don't feel it as pressure. You feel it as a strange obligation. As if no one is forcing you, but refusing is impossible. As if you're being treated well, yet somehow it makes you feel heavier, not lighter. And you can't quite put your finger on what's wrong. Because formally, everything is right. Formally, it's even better than what others have. The boss doesn't yell. Doesn't humiliate. Doesn't apply pressure openly. He smiles. Supports you. Says he believes in you. And that's exactly why you end up deeper inside the system than those who get shouted at. The problem isn't rudeness. The problem is access. Not fear, trust. Not pressure, a soft takeover. People think a toxic boss is dangerous because they break you directly. But that's a primitive level of control. It's visible. You can recognize it. You can push back against it. A different type is far more dangerous. The one who doesn't break you, but integrates you into their system so deeply that you start supporting it from the inside. Now let's break down how it works. First, friendliness as the entry point. He doesn't just act normal, he creates a sense of exclusivity. He says, I see potential in you, you're not like everyone else, you're someone I can rely on. You feel recognized. You feel singled out. You think it's an honest evaluation. In reality, it's attachment conditioning. You're not just being evaluated, you're being tagged as a resource. Not a compliment. A marker of ownership. Second, support as a tool of obligation. He helps you. Guides you. Covers difficult moments for you. You feel gratitude. You think it's genuine human care. But gradually, an invisible balance appears. You start to feel like you owe him. Not because you were told to, but because he's done so much for you. This isn't help. It's an advance payment on control. Third, the absence of hard boundaries. He doesn't demand directly. He asks. Hints. Leave space. If you can, it would be great, I'm counting on you. You perceive it as freedom. But in that freedom, you take on more than you actually should. Because you don't want to let him down. It's not an order that makes you overwork. It's your desire to live up to expectations. This isn't flexibility. It's control being transferred inside you. Fourth, personal connection as a reinforcement mechanism. He takes interest in your life. Remembers details. Acts like you're almost equals. You feel closeness. You think it's a normal human connection. But that's exactly what blurs professional boundaries. And at some point, you can no longer separate work from the relationship. You don't want to disappoint a boss anymore. You don't want to disappoint your person. This isn't empathy. It's a merging of roles. Fifth, implicit expectations. He rarely states requirements directly. But you start anticipating them in advance. Predicting. Adjusting. Adapting yourself. You think it's professionalism. In reality, it's a gradual loss of autonomy. You stop working based on tasks. You start working based on the system's mood. This isn't efficiency. It's adaptation to hidden pressure. Sixth, the transfer of responsibility. If something goes wrong, he doesn't blame you. He says, well, you decided that yourself, I was counting on you. And you take the blame on yourself. Because formally, the decision really was yours. You think, this is fair. But this is exactly how the system removes responsibility from itself and leaves it with you. This isn't trust. It's risk being delegated downward. Seventh, the formation of an internal observer. Over time, you no longer need external control. You monitor yourself. You push yourself. You speed yourself up. You don't allow yourself to stop. Because his voice is already inside you. His expectations. His gaze. You think it's discipline. In reality, it's an embedded control mechanism. This isn't growth. It's internal colonization. And this is where the full picture comes together. None of this is random personality traits. Not, you got lucky with a boss. This is architecture. Friendliness opens the door. Support creates obligation. Freedom blurs boundaries. Closeness removes distance. Implicitness forces you to anticipate. Responsibility stays with you. Control moves inside. And in the end, the system no longer needs rigid management. You become its carrier yourself. Now, an important shift. The way out is not to start conflict or break relationships. And it's not about searching for the perfect boss. They don't exist. The way out is different. Stop confusing attitude with contract. Stop perceiving attention as obligation. Stop assuming that if someone speaks softly, less is expected of you. Start seeing structure where you once saw emotion. Separate roles where you were offered fusion. Reclaim your right to boundaries, even if no one formally violates them. Stop guessing expectations. Work with what is said, not what is felt. And most importantly, stop paying for someone else's convenience with your inner freedom. This isn't about fighting. It's about clarity. The world won't change. These kinds of bosses won't disappear. The system won't become more honest. But you can stop being inside it as a dependent element. You can see where interaction ends and capture begins. And in that moment, something simple returns, something that was quietly taken from you. Control over yourself.